Good evening, everybody, and welcome to United Real Therapy. I'm your host for the evening, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have Tom, journalist one, and Mr. Structure will be joining us now. Here we are, the man of the hour. Welcome, Nuruddin.
Big up, Jarvis.
Big up, big
Big
up,
up,
big up.
people. Big up, Tommy. Hey, how we doing,
There you
people?
go.
We good?
We are good. We are
Voice
good. Yeah,
adjustment
we were
today,
just opening the show, Nuruddin, and we're just about to say hi to the therapy army and chit chat a little bit with Tom. But now you're the man of the hour is here, so you take it from now.
Jarvis, how you doing, Jarvis? How you doing, Tom? You good?
Good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
I can tell where
Had a
Jarvis
good
has
day.
been. Fresh from golf. Fresh from golf. That golfing shirt's still on, fella.
Still on.
It is.
I
Love
can
it.
tell the material. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
You're
love
right.
it.
You're right. You know me, Tom. You know me.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up, people. Early birders with the likes. Appreciate you. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Jarvis, you had a good day. Tom, you had a good day, good weekend.
Yeah.
In Manchester, it's pouring down. It's pouring down.
Oh.
There you go, man. Big up.
Well, I have to say, Nordin, I had a great day. I went fishing with my son today, and he caught his
amazing.
first fish. His first fish in all his whole life. 7 years old.
Wow.
He was celebrating. I've never seen a kid so happy before. You know, that was a great moment of his life. I think he will remember this for his whole life. So that was fantastic. He caught a trout. I would say like this big, like half a kilo, but not the biggest. But he was so happy. That's
amazing,
super.
Travis.
Yeah. And we just fried it in the pan right afterwards. Ate it. Superb.
Yeah, big up. Big up to early birders, people. Hate
big
the
up everybody.
Break. Yo, Manchester United needed the international break, mate. We needed to stop to the bleeding. We needed to stop it. So big up. You can tell my voice is croaky. It wasn't that I was at Old Trafford shouting or anything like that, people. I've just been to a garage event. If you know garage music, UK music, those of you who are abroad, if you know about garage music, it's a UK thing. When I was a wee lad, when I was a teenager, jungle and garage. So just been to an old day places opposite Manchester Piccadilly train station, and we've just had an amazing time, man. Honestly, that's why I lost my voice. I was the madman that I'm usually am, asking for the reload to every tune. So you had MJ Cole playing. You had We Provide, sisters from We Provide. You had, who else played? You had one of my friends played. And then Sticky, one of the best DJs, garage DJs. If you know your garage, you know Sticky. What a DJ. What a DJ. Yeah. So amazing day for me to hear so much amazing music, part of my teenage years. And then I saw my friends there. And some of them are there with their 20-year-old kids.
Wow.
So it was like, yeah, it was an amazing time. I'm just
Nordin, what kind of a dancer are you?
I am a freestyler. I feel music. I am a feeler of music. I feel music. I saw a Ghanaian doctor today. I had to ask him who's the most follow club back home. Obvious answer is Manchester United. People used to go to churches, mosques with United shirts only. Things what makes these days. Yeah, bro. I'm up for saying big up.
Big up.
Yeah. Big up. Listen, we don't want no Rabiot, mate. Rabiot wants 20 million. Big up Alien Tedon. Peter said Jarvis Dura. Cheeky Piccadilly Gardens, raving, yeah. Never too old, people. You're never too old to rave. Trust me. Marcel is United version of equality. Nah, man, I love. I got nothing but love for Marcel, man.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he has different takes to all of us. But big up to everybody, man. So it's international break and all that business. But here we are, people. We're talking about our club. We're talking about our club. And we're talking about Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, so big up Rich Reason as well. T-Man, Chunks. I mean, big up Yemi. Big up Sticky, MJ Cole. Big up to all those people, 3 Degrees. Big up to all the people that did what they did today, man. Appreciate and love all of them. I've had an amazing night. But yeah, we're here to talk about Manchester United, people. We're here to talk about catch up with all the Manchester United news. So, Jarvis, I'll go to you first. Anything that caught your eye relating to Manchester United?
Lately?
Yeah.
Well, when it's the international break, we all heard McTominay scored for Scotland, so the revisionism of him is on again. We should never have sold McTominay. Look at him; he's like fantastic. But for me, yeah, it's about quality. He never had the quality, so for me, I'm good with McTominay leaving. But he scored, and good for him. Yeah, I wish him a good career at Napoli. So yeah, but nothing else. We saw Xerxes scores his first goal for Netherlands. It was good. And I heard that De Ligt got some critique from Ronald Koeman after a so-called mistake in the defense for Netherlands. So, it's up and down with the players, but I hope they will come back sharp. We have tough games going forward. I think we have six tough games. 2 of them is winnable, but 4 of them is like 50-50. So we just need to keep on winning now and for Ten Hag to stay in the job, because I think we can turn this around. I have been thinking a lot about the tactics. I see positives. I see our press play is good. Our high turnovers are really good. Our XG, we create good chances. So there are some positives. And I think I'm not clutching at straws. I think I'm seeing things, and I hope that we can turn it around. But this is just me. I'm optimistic. I think we can go forward, and I just think we need a little bit more time. And at least timing, because we are too direct in our play. When I see us attack now, we don't take our time and we don't play into the strengths of our players, especially if we play. Yeah.
No, go ahead. No, go finish, Travis. Sorry, finish.
Yeah, no, bro. I was just going to say, I think we lack the timing in our attacks, and we suffer immensely with players like Mainu and of course. Martinez, I think we don't see the best of them when we hurry the attack. So we need just to slow it a little bit down and take our time in our attack, and I think we will come good.
Yeah, big up, Jarvis. The difference between me and you, sir, I think it's the manager that is having these players hurry it up. It's all depends on the manager. Honestly, it's all in the manager. Me personally, but I wanted to mainly, Tom, have you got anything about Manchester United? Anything that you saw?
Well, a little birdie's told me that Dino has been doing the campaigning for the Adidas brand for Manchester United. You can clearly see he's not been to any rave, people. He's been to the photo shoot for Man United. He's even got the red colours and everything. So that's what I would say. That's my little give or take news for Manchester United. Dino, you're mute.
People, don't let Tom try to stitch me up. It's not Manchester United. It's just
Jimmy's
Adidas.
got to him already. Dodgy Dave.
That's the stick-up job, mate. Stick-up job. Big up. So I really wanted to discuss, gentlemen, with you guys, the Jamie Jackson. So Jamie Jackson of The Guardian has basically written an article and basically has said that Erik ten Hag has to, basically, he says here. So let me just read a little bit of thing for you. So he says here, this is the heading. Ten Hag at risk unless game model impresses on underwhelmed United bosses. So Ten Hag at risk unless game model impresses underwhelmed United bosses. So they then give a bit of subheading. They go, football department scrutinizing the style of play, manager safe for now with injuries and signings in mind. So it says Erik ten Hag's game model has to start impressing Manchester United's Ineos-led football department, or he is in danger of being removed with, with a style of play this season viewed as underwhelming. United entered the international break having won once, lost twice in the Premier League in a disappointing start. So they go. The recognition inside the club Ten Hag has been undermined by the injuries and needs time to integrate his 5 summer signings, but also serious concerns regarding how he sets up the side. The Dutchman's game model is a concern regarding how he sets up the side, right? The model is being scrutinized by United's football department, which is overseen by Radcliffe and led by Dodgy Dave, the sporting director, Dan Ashworth, and Jason Wilcox, the technical director, Jason Wilcox. Major part of Wilcox's role is to monitor how the first team play. Okay. Yep. So what do you guys think of it? For me, personally, I'll go first. This is nothing but a mealy-mouthed, goofy-ass threats with about Ten Hag. That's what it sounds to me. It's some goofy-ass, somebody briefed, after we lost to Liverpool, somebody briefed Jamie Jackson from the club and said, if he doesn't improve the game model, he's out. I just see it as nothing more than goofy-ass threats. And it should be, it's really embarrassing because it's clear for everybody to see the game model has not changed from, it's slightly changed with a high press. This 4-2-4-2 press. When we get it wrong, it looks like last season. Because when we lose the ball in high positions, we empty out so much space and we get absolutely slapped about like we did against Liverpool. So for me, these are nothing but empty threats from Ineos. Let me just go to this big up Sheikh Arian. It says here, I met Sir Alex Ferguson 3 or 4 times. Ferguson scored in Manchester. He's the person who gave a lot to the club and who continues to give. Who continues to give. Okay. When we won the World Cup, we spoke a little and he congratulated me. Okay. Big up Wayne Rooney, by the way. He reloaded the old times yesterday, put absolute free kick in the top bins. Big up to United legends and Celtic legends. Up to Celtic. They have both raised for yesterday's match £1 million for charity. So big up to Manchester United legends and Celtic legends for raising £1 million for charity for yesterday. Yep. One of the best things was that Wayne Rooney's free kick in the game. Wow. Celtic won on penalties at the end, but it was 1-1, but Wayne Rooney's free kick, wow. He just that Rooney goes, on the free kick, I'm all right with the ball at my feet. It's just the running part. Boy, oh boy. Sandro Martinez asked why Argentina players are loved in England. I don't know. Listen, big up. So, what do you guys think about this goofy-ass threats? I'll go to you first, Jarvis. Who do you think briefed Jamie Jackson, and what do you think about these threats about the game model?
Well, first of all, what do you mean with threats about the game model? Because we know that Wilcox has been monetizing Ten Hag, and this is his job. And we know that before the FA Cup final, the last 3-4 games of the season, he talked about it, and we saw things change up when Wilcox came in. So this is nothing new. And of course, their job is to monetize Ten Hag, but it's not to monetize because that's, I think, the wrong word. I think it's to help. And I think they are seeing themselves as a team, and they are trying to help Ten Hag figure out how to improve. So for me, maybe they are briefing, but we know Jamie Jackson is a Muppet journalist, as Amar Hussein is saying. And I think they are just trying to stir the pot as usual when it's international break. So for me, it's just rubbish, all of it. I think it's nonsense. And for someone supposedly find the style of play disappointing, but who is this someone? Name one name. Is it Wilcox? Is it Barada? Is it Ashworth? Or is it the tea lady? Or who is it? It doesn't say. And second, the sporting department is reviewing the team style of play as they should. So Jamie Jackson, pure nonsense for me. Tom, what's your opinion? Hello.
Okay, Tom will be back in a minute.
Okay.
So you don't buy it. You don't buy it. Okay.
No.
What? Why don't you buy it? Do you not think Jamie Jackson is reliable at Manchester United? No.
I don't think he's reliable at all. But when you think of it, why would anyone inform him? Why would they do it? What do you think, Nordin? Why would they tell him about this? Are they trying to force Ten Hag's hand, or are they telling him like publicly that you're not doing a good enough job? Why would Barada, Ashford, or Wilcox do something like that? It doesn't make sense.
Because what happened was this. So just give you a little breakdown.
Okay.
Before the game, I feel like that's my opinion, that they knew we were going to get smoked by Liverpool. So they gave briefings the day before to the press. Now, the press, I don't know, it was a deal made with the press, the football press, but they kept it back. They didn't release the information on the day of the game. So they waited for the game to finish. And all of a sudden, it's these quotes from Omar and Ashworth back in Ten Hag, right? So this is what happens. The press then, after the game, on the Monday, we got slapped around on a Sunday. On the Monday, all these things are there. So everybody's like, oh, they backed him. And then you look at when they backed him, it's before the game. Obviously, we got humiliated, right? Humiliated. It could have been a 6 or 7. So then the majority of journalists in England, they go to the club for comments. So they go, listen, fans are not happy. Fans started leaving at 60-something minutes. About 40,000 people left the stadium in the next 15 minutes from about 50, 60 minutes or 60 minutes time. So what have you got to say? Manchester United fans are dissatisfied. Look at the social media. They go to the club and go, have you got any comment? And that's what I believe. I don't believe people just picked up the phone and said, oh, let me ring Jamie Jackson. No. The journalists, majority of the journalists go to the club and go, well, that was a disaster. You were backing him just before. Why are you backing him now? What have you got to say about that? Majority United fans empty the stadium. There's empty seats. And they've gone, okay, well, we've told him the game model needs to change. We're still backing him. We think the injuries, it's a lot of bullshit. Loads of Premier League teams have 1 or 2 players out. It don't matter to me personally. But that's what they've done. And that's what I see. So for me personally, I can 100% see. I know that Jamie Jackson is not going to print because it's not the trash media. He writes for The Guardian, right?
Yeah.
It has to be. So the sources have to be checked. But he can't say it was Dan Ashworth. He can't say it was Omar Barada. It's somebody from the club who said to him, yes, we understand how bad the game. And that's why they specifically comment on the thing and saying the game model needs to improve. I just think they're very goofy ass. They should have just told him, listen, we backed the manager. We'll let you know if anything changes. But they've gone to specific and said the game model. So that's my 2 pence. Tom, what do you think? You are a journalist. How does it work? Is he making it up? Is my guy making it up, Jamie Jackson? Or is it, as I explained it, that majority of journalists have gone to the club on a Monday and said, the comments of you backing the manager was the day before the game. You got humiliated. What have you got to say?
Well, when you look at the way that Jamie Jackson has worded the article, it's almost like he's took the comments that was made to The Athletic by Barada and Ashworth and all the directors to say that we fully support the manager. By doing so, he's almost depicted what they've said there, and he's put it in a way where it's not naming anybody or it's not making it obvious who said anything, and just run with it. That's how I would say. I don't honestly believe any of this bullshit about that people have said things to him. Listen, we've heard this thing about using this game model thing before. We heard this before the FA Cup final. And if I'm not mistaken, it was supposedly Jason Wilcox's idea to play the way that we did in that game, and he had an influence over the tactics, and he was there at training and all of these things. He was almost like the genius behind that one game. Do we really believe it, guys? Not for me. I don't personally think so. He's a director. He's done brilliantly with young players at City. Do I think that he's... Listen, if he knew how to set teams up and was this brilliant tactician, he'd be a coach, not a director. So when people are now saying that this thing with the game model, I do believe it, because I think Ineos want to have this philosophy and culture where when you say the name Manchester United, it springs like a style of play. And I've used this analogy before. When you think of Barcelona, you think of tiki-taka. When you think of, let's say, Newcastle, you think of height, you think of energy, aggressiveness. When you think of, City, you think of tiki-taka nowadays with Pep. But there's those styles.
Just hold it there, Tom. Raymond, I don't know what these adverts are. Do you think I'm in control of YouTube? Look at this question. He says, for fuck's sake, Nura, too many ads, man. Are you corporate now? When have I ever been corporate? I'm shadow banned, mate.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Big up Raymond, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I just want to ask, when it comes to game model, what do you mean about game model? Is it the in-game tactics and plans and lineups for the game directly, or is it like?
Yeah.
I think it's the whole style. I think it's the style, but I think what they've wanted is they've put Wilcox almost in control of saying and told him, we want to play this way. You have to apply pressure on the manager, but you have to look into the training sessions and see, is our vision of what we want to play being put out on the training pitches by the guy we've employed as our coach? You can say that they've employed him because they've kept him on. So this is effectively their decision. They've kept the guy on. If they didn't think that he could facilitate the game model that they want to play, they would have got rid of him and replaced him with somebody else. So they've facilitated for Ten Hag to stay. The game model, what I believe, is that they want to have this philosophy where you say the name Manchester United and you understand they have a clear way that they always want to play, regardless of who the manager is. They will just then appoint managers who fit that one style. That's how I believe that they want to play. Because when you look at the logistics of football, when you think of Ajax, you know the way that Ajax's teams over the years of generations and decades, they play the Johan Cruyff model of way to play football. Pep Guardiola influenced things over with Barcelona with the tiki-taka style, and he changed Spanish football. The same thing at City now. When you think about Manchester United, we don't have that philosophy. We don't have a red warren of managers that we've gone for. You could argue, guys, that all of the managers that we've appointed have their own different style. They have no there's no similar characteristics to any of them at all. And when you look at Ten Hag now, when they brought him in, I personally think when they brought him in, they wanted to buy into this Ajax model. They wanted to take what Ajax had done and bring it over to Manchester United. But the problem is, you can't buy Ajax's football club and the way that their philosophy has been built for decades and put it into Manchester United in 1, 2, 3 seasons. It doesn't happen. You have to pick a way that you want to play. Ralph has done this before when he said at Manchester United after that Liverpool game when we lost 4-0. You have to pick an identity in the way that you want to play. You then have to get a manager who facilitates the way that you want to play and coaches that way. You then have to employ players to come to your football club and play under that said style and system. And then sustainably, in the long term, you will get better results. And if you're not getting results playing the way that you want to, then it is the manager who is the problem. And the difference is when you then employ a new manager in who understands that same philosophy, you have players who will know and who will understand that manager's philosophy. So you're not wasting money, you're not wasting time, and it should be a smooth transition over to a new manager who might get something better out of them, who might be more experienced in playing that style. So for me, when I look at this word around game model, I think Ineos have a way that they want to play, but we've not heard this. They've not defined it, and it's not come out to say this is the way that we want to play. And I don't honestly think that that's a good thing for them in the long term, because I think it's a question that needs to be asked to Ineos and to the directors at a fan forum or a supporters trust meeting. What is our club's philosophy? What is our DNA? How do we want to play? Because you need to pick a style and you need to go with it. And if Erik ten Hag doesn't fit that style, come out clearly and just say that, get rid of him and replace him with a manager who fits the style that you want to play. That's the difference. Because right now, when a lot of the majority of the fan base will go towards the side of saying that we don't know what our philosophy is as a club. Forget Ten Hag for a second. As a club, we've lost our philosophy for years, and we've never found a way to resurface and get it back. So, for us as a club, they have to pick a way that they want us to play for generations. And if that's the way that they want to play, okay, employ managers to play that way. So if they got rid of Ten Hag, if he's this, say if they want to play this transitional football that he said he wanted, Jarvis.
Yeah.
If that's the way that they want Manchester United to play this transitional football, go and employ managers who have similar characters or styles of play to that style. For me, transitional football, I've always said, transition is an implement in football. It's a tactic. I don't believe it's a style. Transitions is something that happens often in games, but it's like what we had under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, counter-attacking. It's a tactic. It is not a solidified style that's going to work against every single team in the league, and you're going to come up with results, or you might just have an off day and you might not get the result. So, difference with us, when we look at these people that have been brought in now, Ashworth, Omar Barada, these guys now, you're having a bit of time, lads. We're giving you a bit of breathing space, but we need to see some sort of results soon. Otherwise, everybody here is going to come down on them like a fucking bag of nails with a hammer, and we're going to be smashing away at the nails until we actually start seeing some positive results on the pitch. So, if Ten Hag can't implement the way that you want to play, go and get a manager who can do it then. But yeah, go on, Jarvis. You wanted to say something?
No. Things have changed since last season. We received a lot of shot. There was a big gap, a gaping hole. We were too stretched out. So I see improvements this season. I don't know why they are starting talking about the game model, because I think they're wrong. They have to look behind the results. And if you are footballing people, you know this. If you are better, if you are Ashford, if you are Wilcox, you know that things has changed. We don't play the same type of football. We play in a 4-2-4 formation. It's much more reliant on high press than it was last season. I think our press play has improved. You see on shots faced, we have received 9 shots in 3 games this season. We remember last season we faced 20 shots a game. So things has improved in a way. When it comes to our efficiency in front of goal, that's the biggest issue I see now. We have only had 12 shots on target so far. It's in 3 games. That's 4 on average a game. And we're not clinical, so we can't bring the game home. I think it's a big problem. But if you look a little bit behind the results, we were 1 millimeter against Brighton. If it hadn't been for Xerxes' knee in offside, we would have won that game. So maybe we would have had two wins and 1 loss. And we're not even getting started with the season. Our last signing wasn't in yet. So I know. I'm not trying to make everything about Ten Hag at the moment. I think our game plan, our style of play is not too bad. But sure, we have improvements to make. But I'm not painting everything with the negative colors. I think we can improve, and I see positives.
Big up, Jarvis.
Big up.
Just want to counteract that point.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Andrew Neil here, specifically against Liverpool in a Liverpool game. We play high press, low block with 1 midfielder left to die low. Honestly, that this here is not told any lies. Big up Andrew Neil. That is what I saw against Liverpool with my own eyes being in the stadium. That's what I saw when I watched the game twice again. That's what I saw. High press, headless chicken Bruno, low block at times with one midfielder. The way we play specifically, we play out, it's this 3-6-1, and it is killing us. It's absolutely killing us.
But Noradin, this season, what I see that has changed is the fullbacks. The fullbacks are much higher when we build up, and we usually build up only with the two center backs alone. We don't have the fullbacks in play when we build up, and when we attack. Yeah, but Casemiro, he drops down or Onana pushes up. Yeah. So we always build up in a 2-1 formation in a way, and it makes us very vulnerable because we're not good in possession. We have seen this season that Licha is sloppy. Same with Casemiro, and most of our goals conceded is personal errors. It's not team errors. So I would say. What have changed is the fullbacks. They are higher up the pitch, but we don't have the right timing now with the fullbacks. So either they are not high enough when we attack or they're not low enough when we defend. So they are always running after the ball. They're not in the right spot. So we talked a little bit about it when we did the tactical breakdown, that we wanted the fullback to be the extra cover behind the center back pushing up. But we haven't seen this so far because our fullbacks are too high. And I think Ten Hag is doing this on purpose. I think he wants our fullbacks to be around that one central midfielder, and he wants to release Mainu and Bruno to go high up the pitch. This is just how I see it. I think Ten Hag wants to try something with two center backs, one midfielder, two fullbacks in, and the rest in attack. So it's more like a 2-3 formation.
But Jarvis, that's going to fail because we're not good enough on the fucking ball, like you said.
Yeah. And that's the biggest problem. But it can change with Ugarte because Ugarte is very good at recycling the ball and playing the ball on one touch and easy passes.
He's one person, Jarvis. If everybody's up the pitch, he can be passed or run past. He's not going to solve it. And the bit where I firmly disagree with you, is what you say is individual. No, it's because of the system. The system, you cannot play Casemiro as your ball-playing midfield player when he's never done it in his life.
But in a way, how is that Ten Hag's fault? He wanted Amrabat. He wanted Casemiro sold. And we brought in Ugarte in the fourth round of the Premier League that hasn't even started yet. So in a way, we went into the season with no DM.
Jarvis,
did you want Ten Hag to play a different style with the first games without the DM, or did you want him just to try the experience?
Jarvis, no. What I wanted to do is for him to go back to the way we played in the last 4 games of last season, the last 5 games, where there's no gaps, where nobody's running like helter-skelter when we have the ball. I'm not having just the 2 centre-backs and the one midfielder who's not that great on the ball being robbed and dominated. When Liverpool were doing it, it was there to see. Erik ten Hag stood there in the touchline for 95 minutes and did fuck all about it. And that tells me everything I need to know. But if he wants to play like that, let him continue. Trust me. He's going to get the sack. He's going to sack himself. One thing you do, you realize what you've got, and then you try to get bigger with a game plan that suits the players that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he showed it in the last 5-6 games was that we were more compact. And now he's made the team even more open. So the fullbacks fly out.
Well, that's not true. We're not more open. We have just faced 9 shots. No. You remember last season? We talked about 20 shots received
Jarvis, I'm not gonna lie to
every game.
Jarvis, I'm not going to lie to you. On any other day, Liverpool get 3 to 4 more goals.
Yeah, but our recovery press is much better this season than last season. That's a fact. Just look at the stats.
Yeah, listen, the stats tell me Liverpool's bad finishing. That's what I saw. Where, other than they were looking for the perfect goal, one thing that I have noticed defensively, we're not conceding a cutback goal. We're not conceding that anymore.
No.
So we've shut that down. But other than that, Liverpool being wasteful is what saved us in that game from a humiliation. And what I saw with my own eyes, do not lie to me. I see the game being more open in terms of when we lose the ball. And I've showed it with more photos when we did the analysis show where players are just running back. They run away from the ball, and when we lose the ball, they're all running back.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the one thing that.
Let me just get this.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
The game model is improved drivers. The first 2 games we played with 4 midfielders and no strikers. The only reason Liverpool did not score more against us is because Slot's tactics. If that's club, we're holding it. Now, it wasn't just that. It was their finishing Adewale, but big up for the super chat. Jarvis, we had Amrabat all season last year, but he barely used him. That's a fact. Ineos,
I think at 30 games. 30 games he was on the pitch.
On him and no one else. So for me, majority of the season last season, Amrabat was on the bench. He was. And when he was used as a fullback. Majority
he used him as left back.
Fullback.
Yeah.
And that's
played
the
29 matches last season. 29 matches.
I'm like, did he want Amrabat? I don't think so. They go, he said, Nuruddin, called me sad. Called me, said, I will talk to him. Why? Bruno called me and said, I will talk to him why I love me and now he hates me. No. I just tell the truth. I have no favorites in me. Even my favorite player, which is Lisandro, I do a whole show and have an uncomfortable conversation about him. Bruno Fernandes has been shite last season and has been shit this season. And that's a fact. He actually is detrimental to the way that we want to play. He does the one headless chicken runs. That's what he does. And it is quite shocking. But go ahead, Tom.
No. When we speak about this style of play, system, tactics, whatever we want to categorize it as, when he first came in, and I know this was pre-Ineos, I always refer to this, those first 2 games is the only time that I've ever seen the way that I think Ten Hag really wanted this Manchester United team to play. But he got slapped up with the result, and because it was the new man, it was the new kid in the room. It was Manchester United manager. He had big shoes to fill in terms of from what he inherited from Ralph Rangnick's words. We all knew the toxicity with the Glazer family and Manchester United at that time. In those first 2 games against Brighton, and even people who went to the game dinner, I don't know if you went to that Brighton game, you could see that there was runners. He had runners. We weren't wide open in games. These open, wide spaces in midfield, it wasn't there. It wasn't existent. In that first season, we took a lot of chances, but we didn't kill teams off 4, 5, 6 goals in a game like we should have done. That was the problem with that first season. But he did well. He got top 4 with the Carabao Cup. Brilliant. But the difference with Ten Hag is from those first 2 games, because he got so much backlash from it, and he had the interview with Carragher and Neville on Monday night, I think it was Monday Night Football, for the Liverpool game, they completely hounded him in terms of the results from those 2 games, and they used the Martinez isn't tall enough to play in the Premier League, rhetoric, and all the BS that they used about his signings and stuff. But he changed it, and he went completely against what he believes football should be played. This guy, when he was at Go Ahead Eagles, when he went to fucking FC20, when he went to Ajax, played the same style of football that he was renowned for when he was at Ajax and when he was winning league titles there, and he made that semi-final. So when he's come to United, he's tried to play the exact same way, and because he's been hounded for it, and he's in the hot seat of the biggest club in the world, he's abandoned the whole fucking thing. And I think he's almost like a manager right now he's trying to find something new. But you're trying to find something new in the biggest pressurized job in the world. You've got time to develop something new if you want to do it as a coach. You've had a summer to develop something new for this season, and I've not really seen that much different. The big issue that I've always had with the way that Ten Hag plays this football is we don't score enough goals and that open, gaping hole in midfield. I've always used that Liverpool game in the FA Cup last season. Szoboszlai ran 60 metres, probably 60 yards up the pitch through the whole midfield. There wasn't a Man United midfielder or a player 20 yards near him. That is an issue, and that is a problem. You can't do that at high-level football. And this guy, the manager, Erik ten Hag, he abandoned this league to focus on cups. He says trophies are more important than the direction of where we want to go in. That is a massive fucking red herring. Yes, Manchester United want to win trophies, Ten Hag, but we want to win trophies playing a certain way, being entertained week in, week out. And do you know something? I don't want to be this Manchester United team, guys, that, you know what, we finished second like we did with Mourinho and it means fuck all because we didn't play a good style. I don't want that. If we finish second and we play brilliant football for a full season, and you know what, we're entertained, we get players who, you know what, they understand what this club means and
but Tom,
where
6 years,
where the badge with the
6
sleeves
years
on it.
without a trophy before Ten Hag came in.
I understand that, Jarvis, but you look at Spurs.
But do you
Spurs
understand
play
that
brilliant
sometimes
football, and we sit here and we
paper
say
over cracks, Jarvis. Like little trophies, like the League Cup can paper over the cracks. You know what I mean?
But it can also kickstart a winning team. We have seen great teams starting winning the League Cup, something small, and then they go on. Remember Ferguson, he came in, won the FA Cup, it started it all.
It's 2 decades ago. That's
but
you know, football is what we're saying.
Yeah, 100%, Jarvis. But what did he do? Instead of kicking us on, he had the worst season and the worst record of a Manchester United manager, finishing 8th in the Premier League in the last 30-something years. So he's supposed to kick us on, but he actually went the opposite in terms of the league.
Yeah, but last season was a disaster in every way with the injuries and all that happened. We all know what happened last season, you know, and we can sit here and say Ten Hag was bad, but I think, you know, when it comes to this Ten Hag in or out debate, it's an oversimplified approach to a complicated situation.
No.
For me, I think it's like offering a one-dimensional solution to a multifaceted problem. It's not that easy.
It wasn't complicated in the Champions League. It wasn't. Manchester United deservedly so finished bottom of their group and were embarrassed and humiliated. So I'm sorry to say, Jarvis, it was all of his doing. We are winning 2-1 or 3-1, I think, in Galatasaray. He's going gun-ho like a basketball, football. I'm sorry, Jarvis. That idea that you are now doing a bit of revisionist historian. It was on Eric Ten Hag. Nobody fucking else. Injuries or no injuries. And you know why he showed me, Jarvis? He showed me that the same injuries he had, and he still did the same in the last 4 or 5 games. It was the fucking tactics. It was not because the way you can, if you wouldn't coach the team tomorrow, you can set them up hard to beat, even if you got 10 players out, Jarvis.
Yeah, we can. That's no problem. We set up in a 4-4-1, 10 men.
You can do that.
Yeah, this is the problem, guys. But at the same point, we've made these massive investments on players that he wanted who, like, let's categorize it as this, right? You don't pay 90, he doesn't want to pay, break the bank and whatever it takes, just get Anthony at this football club. What is the plan for this guy? Because I'm not just going to forget about these players that have been brought in under Ten Hag just because Ineos are here and they're doing things differently, guys. I don't want us to forget about these things. He has got to have had an influence over that signing. The Casemiro thing, guys, you can make an argument to say that it was pushed upon him late in the window. I needed somebody because I didn't get Frankie de Jong. Okay, fair enough. Might not have been his kind of player. And we didn't have a proper football structure that could find him a player that fitted what he wanted. But the difference is, right now, he has been given every green lighting of what he wanted. He's got players that understand him from previous football clubs. He's got players who have played a style at a different club with this guy. They've come to our club and they don't know this guy's style anymore. These players, they're not stupid guys. They're intelligent footballers. They don't forget how to play a certain way under a manager or a certain style. De Ligt, Jesus Christ, he's been born in Holland. Zirkzee has been born in Holland. They understand the way that Dutch managers want to play football. It's through their blood. It's through their DNA. So when they come to Manchester United now, with this manager who, if that's his principles of how he wants to play, why is he not doing it then? And that's why I said, for my point, those first 2 games in that first season that he was here, he wanted to play the way that his Ajax team played. But he abandoned it because he got absolutely lambasted and slaughtered by the media. So when he's come now, he's just trying to resurface. And Gary Neville's comments, right, and this is one of the things that pissed me off more so after the Liverpool game. He said that, I hope that this manager can stumble upon a style of play. as a coach or a manager, you don't stumble upon a style or a way that you want to play. You either have it or you don't. It's as simple as that. And if Ten Hag wants to come out and he wants to say every time that he gets questioned on it, we want to play fast transitional football. Okay, Eric, tonight you can say it. Let's see it now. You've said it a lot of times. We're not seeing a lot of it. You've spent 60 million on Mount. All I've seen the guy do is press. You don't pay 60 million pounds for a player that wants to press, guys. You can buy kids in Argentina, South America, for 20 million pounds who can press for you if you want to buy players.
Yeah.
If you want a player to press, so that saves you money there in 60 million pounds. Anthony, you've got 90 million. Yeah, you spent 90 million euros, 100 million euros on the guy. What the fuck is he doing now, Ten Hag? What is your plan for him? He's been here 3 years. What is your plan for him?
Let me just come in there 1 second, Tom.
No reasoning for it.
Lila says, Nura, United are shit 11 years and saying Bruno's fault. No, I'm not saying it's Bruno's fault. That's a strong man argument, Nicholas. You're moving the goalposts. I'm saying to you, last season and the beginning of the season, Bruno's been shit. I called all of it out. Rashford's been shit, and I called Rashford out. And I said both of them should have been sold instead of giving new contracts. That's my opinion. It's only on performances. I don't know Bruno personally. I don't know Rashford personally, but they've been shit. And when they've been shit, you call it out. That's what you do. In terms of no other manager since Fergie has been backed the way Ten Hag's been backed. No other manager. No other manager. Facts.
Well, again, when you look at the influence over the money, guys, like we've spent, what is it, guys, 1.76 billion pounds or something like that. A quarter or a third of that whole debt that we have on transfers has been spent by this manager that we have right now. So this theory that he's not been backed, he led this recruitment department for 2 seasons, supposedly, because he had this veto on player transfers. So you can say 400 million of this budget.
Yeah, but he didn't do the negotiations. He didn't do the negotiation. He didn't decide the prices of the players.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. We'll give you that. Yeah. But he said, I want to get Anthony no matter what the price is. That's out of his hands, the price. But the difference is he's here now. He's been here 3 seasons. What is your plan for Anthony Ten Hag? You can't just think that we're going to forget about these players because they've not worked out for you. He is your boy. You've got a tune out of him at a different club playing a certain style. Do it at this football club. What is so hard? What is so difficult? If you knew what you was buying, say, with a player like Anthony, guys. If he doesn't have a right foot, I've said this about wingers before. If you're a wide player and you can't use both feet, you are fucked at top-level football unless you are perfect with that one-sided of that foot. And he's not. Even with his left foot, guys. Does he put many crosses in the box when he cuts in? No. He cuts in, has a shot from 30 yards, straight into the goalkeeper's hands down the middle. That's it. But the only highlight of his career at Manchester United, you could argue, is that 1 goal against Barcelona when he stuck it in the top corner. That's it. That's a highlight reel, guys. I don't see him putting balls in the box with his right foot. I don't see him taking people to the byline. But he has a player who does everything that we want in Amad Diallo. The biggest game of the season against Liverpool, he puts him on the bench. What the fuck is he doing? At least with Ahmad, guys, he's going to run at players like Robertson. He's going to give him a difficult afternoon. But you play players like Garnacho, who hasn't played much, hasn't featured much this start of the season, guys. You throw him at the deep end. I don't personally think Garnacho's fully fair, if I'm being completely honest with you. He played a lot of games last season. He played a lot of games, picked up an injury. He's been away with Argentina. The guy's fucking jet lagged, fucked, tired, knackered, fatigued. They're all of them. Most of these players are fucked. Cobby's fucked. He's the same player that we've seen last season, guys. No, he's fucked. These players, they're knackered. But the manager's persistent on this pressing style. And this is why I said, Jarvis, about this £60 million for Mount, 90 on Anthony. Same thing. You could even argue now with Martinez, guys. We're questioning about Martinez because of these injuries that we have right now with him. Martinez has looked rocky since he's come back into the squad. He doesn't look the same player. He's lost that bit of bite, that bit of character about him. Like when we had that first season with Varane, guys, the high fives, the bit of a morale. Like,
Yeah,
we
but
don't have that with his team now.
Tom, the
That's
thing with
nation.
Martinez is he likes to defend in short spaces, but now we make him defend in big spaces. That's a big problem
Yes,
because
but
that's
this
not
is the
Martinez's strength. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying Martinez hasn't changed. This is now it's a little bit about what we are trying to do. We are playing with two center back all by themselves with the DM and the fullbacks are
it can work.
pushing up.
Yeah, it can work, Jarvis. But we've said this when we did the show on your show before, when we said that you need to have this extra man. When you have this extra man, Liverpool had it with McAllister. They leave Van Dijk and they leave Canate holding on their own. Van Dijk at 30, what is you guys, 33, 34?
Yeah.
His legs aren't as young as they used to be. Canate is the new Virgil van Dijk who's going to lead them on for a couple more years. So you have one player whose legs are fucked and the other player who has a decent set of legs, who can run. But is he the quickest, guys? I think a couple of our attackers can give Canate a run for his money in a 100-meter race.
Big up, Tom. Let me just get the super chat. Big up, Adewale. After Ajax went to the Champions League with Eric tonight, they went out in the group stages 2 of the 3 seasons. They lost Benfica in round 16 before he came to United. But I actually think they were quite unlucky in that game.
No, they were unlucky. I think they're going to get a player sent off, I think, as well.
Yeah.
In the game,
so they were a bit unlucky against Benfica. But the biggest thing I'd say to what Jarvis is saying and what Tom's saying, for me, in year 3, majority of people last season were arguing against us and against the point of views that we had. We were having lots of debates, Jarvis, Sean, Mbaye, Tom, and we were like, give him another season. Give him another season. Give him another season. For me, it's not a good start anymore. Because for me, I promise you, my words, if Manchester United played well and still got beat against Liverpool and got beat against Fulham and got beat against Brighton, I will be on this channel defending Eric Ten Hag or whoever the manager is. Because then I would have seen something and say, you know what, guys? Like the first game against Fulham, I saw something. I saw that, after the first 25 minutes, we got into the game. We made loads of chances. Bruno missed the sitters. The Fulham goalkeeper made 5 or 4 good saves, yeah? The point I want to make is say that against Brighton, yes, if that freakish offside goal goes in, maybe it's a different game. But at the end, we were getting bullied by Brighton. And they've just had a manager. They've got a stat. He's tweaked the way they play from De Zerbi. Totally different type of build-up play. Totally different play, the way they rotate. He's got João Pedro playing as a number 10. João Pedro would play the striker. It's either Ferguson, Welbeck, or João Pedro. Now he's playing in the number 10. So at the end of the day, you already see the blueprint of the other manager in their game. Manchester United is year 3 and we're still asking. Other than the first 2 games where he got slapped. So for me, Eric Ten Hag is under huge, huge pressure, genuinely. And 12:30 on Saturday is going to be a very interesting game. Very interesting. I hope we win it. I hope that I'm wrong. I don't mind coming on here apologizing to Eric Ten Hag and to these players. But I just feel as though unless he changes it, he makes Manchester United harder to beat. Yes, in some ways, we're not conceding the many shots to 15 or 20 shots per game that we were conceding last season. But for me, still, we're very easy to play against. Against Brighton and Liverpool, the goal threats weren't as much. We huff and puff. We don't really create many clear-cut chances. So at the end of the day, it's a tough road and it's going to be a lot of... But people, there's only 300 of you in here. There's 280 of you in here. Please, smash a like on the video. But shadow ban, so help the channel out. We haven't even got 100 likes, Jarvis. Can you believe that? No, actually, we haven't even got 150 likes.
Come on, people. Come on.
We've not even got 150 likes. Why you guys... I'm not asking you for any money. We're not asking you to join. I'm sorry if you're getting a lot of adverts, but please like the video. Simple. Yeah. Like the video. Arteta, when he won the cup after still implementing the style of play, people look at them. This manager spent, this is the maddest thing. At the end of the day, if it was like the first 3 years of Jurgen Klopp, the first 3 years of Arteta, I would be like saying there's something to see. Eric Ten Hag has not shown us anything. And this is where the stadium cleared out. Majority of the fans in the stadium will back the manager. But they have to see something from the manager and the team on the football pitch, or else they're all going home early. I just want to quickly move on to De Ligt. So in this country, Jarvis, Tom, in this country, the media said there was the bit where there was a goal that Holland conceded. Holland against Bosnia and Herzegovina the other day, yesterday actually.
Yeah.
The ball came over, the Diag ball. He had it in control. He was waiting for the goalkeeper to come. The striker went before and put it in. And the press here in this country are making a big deal of it. I've just put on the thing on this channel. Who gives a fuck if the Ligt made a mistake playing for Holland? Like, why is it? So it's really, really fascinating. And you can see now the xenophobic British media targeting a player. Targeting a player. And it is really fascinating. Really fascinating. But I'll go to you first, Jarvis. I don't know in Norway the press were looking at the Ligt mistake. But I'm like, I want all the players to go and make mistakes, not with United. Go and make the mistakes with international teams. I'll come back here making no mistakes at Manchester United. But at the end of the day, it was a basic mistake. They won the game 5-2. But the British media are making a lot out of this. A lot out of this.
Yeah,
people, Lilas, Andrew, make sure people are smashing the lights, man. Come on. Smash the lights, people. But Tom, what did you make of it? Actually, I'll go to Jarvis and then to you, Tom.
Yeah, go to Jarvis. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to say when it comes to De Ligt, I saw his highlights from the game. I think he looked good. His front foot defending, his passing is good. You know, one mistake, it doesn't take away that he's a good player, and I think he will come good when he plays for United. I'm intrigued to see more of him, going forward, and I think he's a step up when it comes to Maguire. So for me, I think I'm very happy for De Ligt, and I'm glad we signed him. I think he can be a good defender. My only question mark with De Ligt is his pace. I want us to be even more front foot defending from our center backs. I want them to go into midfield, push up, don't fall back, as we have been talking about, and I want to see that from De Ligt. So for me, yeah, just keep on going, and I don't care if he makes a mistake for the Netherlands team. It doesn't matter for me.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not bothered what happens on international duty. Who's bothered?
Big up Rants, by the way. Big up Rants.
Big up. I'm not bothered about what happens with Dilla. At the end of the day, he's a new player at Manchester United, but because he's put a different shirt on and he's playing for his country under different circumstances, playing for a club and playing for a country is different, guys. Listen, there's some players who love international football, and that's their thrive that they get better than club football. There's some players who, at club level, that's their preferred sort of category of football that they like. But listen, De Ligt making a mistake. It is what it is. Holland, Dutch football, they play a highline system for a reason. So the ball's gone over him. It's gone over his head. Yeah, we know about this with the pace and all this, that, the other, and all this shit that they're going to come in with. Difference with De Ligt is, for what he might lack of in pace, he just inputs in play and he reads the game where the spaces are, where a hole needs to be filled. That's where his game is. He's done that at Ajax. He's done it at Juventus. Listen, people make out as if he was a failure at Juventus and Bayern and all these things. Either he's got a really brilliant agent who can get him into all these top football clubs, or these clubs see something in him that's worth taking a risk on. And at the end of the day, when we look at the price that we bought him for, guys, it's reasonable. We, years ago, would have paid 70, 80 million euros to Bayern Munich, or maybe, just maybe, you wouldn't have even got the guy out of fucking Bayern Munich. And the fact of that Bayern Munich, and I'm not using this as a point really, but Bayern Munich fans were crying, saying that they've lost their best defender when he left. The fact of that Vincent Kompany wanted to keep him at all means necessary, but because he was one of Bayern's most valuable assets that they could sell, they had to sell him because they wanted to influence other signings that they wanted under their new structure, the likes of, say, Tar. So De Ligt making a mistake, it means fuck all, guys. If he does it in a Man United shirt, okay, fair enough. You know, this is a Man United fan channel. We'll have a conversation about it. If he's playing for Holland, let him play for Holland. Listen, what do you need to report on Manchester United players doing on international duty? You praise them if they score a worldie from 50 yards. You criticise them and blow them up in the media if they make a silly mistake for the Netherlands. Does it really mean much in that in the context of the game? Probably not. But at the end of the day, international football's that. You're a Man United, and who was it that made this comment anyway? Do you know about De Ligt with this mistake? What journalist was it? Oh, don't you know?
I think it's Ronald Koeman who said it in the
Ronald
interview.
Koeman said it. Well,
yeah, I think so.
Well, it's his international manager. At the end of the day, he's going to criticise.
Yeah, they asked
players.
him. They said the mistake he made, and he's like, "Oh, you guys got to do better." It wasn't a. He was
Well,
going
that's it. Well, that's the
in the
point.
press
A
conference.
manager's going to say this, isn't it, to try and bring morale and turn the play around. He'll probably play the next game. If he plays the next game, De Ligt, in the internationals.
No, he played well, Tom. He played well. Tom,
This is what I'm saying for 90 minutes. And the fact of that in that Holland team as well, when they went to the Euros, correct me if I'm wrong, they started with De Vrij and Van Dijk at the back. So he's not actually played for Holland the first team consistently for a while. It's a decent game, guys. If he's had a decent 90 minutes, okay, fair enough. We've all made mistakes. It happens. Everybody has a mistake in a while. So long as you're not going to do it for like consistency-wise, year after year, then it's fine. But I mean, even look at the position here, guys, where you're saying that, where you're circling it now.
This is his position. This is what this long ball from Bosnia inside. You know, he's on the wrong side of the defender.
That's it.
Yeah.
The area of space, though, Jarvis, where he's in, even if he wanted to, he could cut the player off. He's a couple of yards out of position of it. That's it.
But the fact that they're making a meal out of this.
This is what I'm saying, Dino. They're making a meal out of a couple of yards. Listen, if Xerxes were a couple of yards further back from the goal line, would have beaten fucking Brighton probably. But they hounded him in the media for it. The same thing that they're doing with De Ligt now. Listen, the new players, the reason why they're getting all this shit is because they're Manchester United players, and it's the biggest football club in the world. That's why. If this was, let's say it was still at Bayern Munich, guys, do you think this would have been a tabloid or in a newspaper? Probably not, no. But because Ronald Koeman said one thing.
We're 28 away from 200 likes, people. Come on, let's 200. In the last 5 minutes, let's get there quickly. Tom, I agree with you. Listen, I just wanted to genuinely go to a little bit of the quiz that we had last night to finish up on the show. Right? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready, Dan?
I'm
Who
ready.
did Manchester United face in their Champions League group in 2008, 7-9, the season which they won their third European title? What group, right? So these are the groups. Was it Ajax, Olympiacos, Sparta Prague? Was it Bordeaux, Sevilla, Werder Bremen? Was it Celtic, Milan, and Rapid Vienna? Or was it Dynamo Kiev, Roma, and Sporting?
I go for C.
Yeah, I was
C with Rapid Vienna. I think it was Rapid Vienna, but I can't quite remember.
Wrong.
I don't.
It was Dynamo Kiev, Roma, and Sporting. Remember that iconic 2 goals that Ronaldo scored? Remember the one against Roma, the header where he nearly knocked himself out, you know, from the Rooney cross, I think, or Scholesy cross, where he went crazy like that, bang. And then the goal that he scored from 45 yards out against Porto. So it was Dynamo Kiev, Roma, and Sporting. Sporting, not Porto, Sporting, yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which of these coaching roles did Sir Alex Ferguson, Sir Matt Mosby, take on while he was at Manchester United manager? Great Britain. So this is Sir Matt or Fergie, right? So which of these coaching roles did Sir Matt Mosby take on while he was at Manchester United manager? Was it Great Britain Olympic team in 1948? Was it the England at 1950 World Cup? Was it Italy 1960 European Championship? Or the rest of the world in the 1963 FA anniversary game? Which game did he do, people?
Tom, help me out.
I'd have said I haven't got a fucking clue, but if I'm going to guess, I'd say the Great British Olympic team, did you say?
Yeah, big up.
Was it?
1948. Big up,
Yeah.
Tom. Correct.
Big up,
I
Tom.
had no fucking clue. I'm just guessing, but it's the only
Yeah.
one that made sense.
Yeah, Nick Nash got it right in the comments.
Yeah, big up
British
Nick
Olympic
Nash.
Big up Nick
48.
Nash.
Big up Nick
Big up
Nash.
Nick Nash. Right. Next one. Which opposing manager did Sir Alex Ferguson beat in the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final? Was it Bobby Robson? I've messed it up. I don't know what it was. Who was it, people? Who was it?
Who was the opposing manager?
Who was the opposing manager?
Bobby Robson or Johan Cruyff, one of them, I believe. I see Johan Cruyff.
We played Barcelona, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did. Who was the manager in '91?
Wasn't it Johan Cruyff? I think it was him.
I think it was
That's
Cruyff.
my answer.
Yeah, I think it was Cruyff.
I think it was Cruyff, yeah.
By the way, it was a great final. Mark Hughes scored 2 goals. And
Yeah.
I think it was Ronald Koeman who scored a goal for Barcelona.
Mark Hughes and Steve Bruce header.
Oh, Steve Bruce header. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, big up people. Big up to all the people who got that one. But yeah, big up. So for me, Manchester United, it was one of those. Was it Bobby Robson? Yeah, somebody got it wrong. Somebody got it right. Yeah, I just feel as though Manchester United, for me, have to come good and have to come good really quickly. They have to come good and have to come real quickly. So we'll have one more bonus point, one more bonus quiz question. Who has played the least amount of minutes in Manchester United recent history in terms of being on the pitch? The least amount. It happened in 2012. A player came on. How long was he on the pitch for?
So not the player.
A player came on the pitch, and how long he played the least out of any player in Manchester United recent history. 2012, in a league game, a player came on. How long did he play for?
Okay, it has to be an academy player then from 2012. Who are we talking about?
Zaha was around then, wasn't he?
We have Josh King,
Zaha.
maybe. Was it
not?
No. Did he get a game?
It was a defender. It was a defender.
They were a defender?
Defender, yeah.
2012?
He came on and he played the least seconds in the football game for Manchester United.
2012?
2012. Fergie still was there.
No, I haven't got a clue.
Oh.
Chris Smalling, and he played for 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Are you sure it weren't Mike Smalling?
12 seconds. Can you imagine that?
you know, actually I could have played 12 seconds. I would have done fantastic. Could you
we all
to
play 12
seconds again?
for Manchester United.
Could you play 12 seconds?
I think I can. Mr. Mike Smalling, as Van Gaal called him, big up Pete.
Mike Smalling.
Mike Smalling, yeah. Mike Smalling, big up Mike Smalling, yeah. Yep. Mike Smalling. I'm going to give you a general one, yeah? Listen to this.
Okay.
This is not a Manchester United. Can you tell me the last player to win the African Player of the Year, the European Player of the Year, and the World Player of the Year? Remember the Ballon d'Or used to be separate. Used to be European Player, World Player, African Player, Latin American Player. So can you name me the last player to win all three?
Samuel Eto'o, maybe?
No, it was way before Drogba time.
Before Drogba?
Josh Weah.
Big up K-Mac! Yes. It was the last guy to win African Player of the Year, European Player of the Year, World Player of the Year. George Weah, yeah. And can somebody tell me what he's doing right now?
Isn't it president of Liberia or something?
There you go. Big up Jarvis. Yes, he's the president of Liberia. What a world that is! First ever footballer to become a president, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Big up crypto. He says Erwin, Keane, Neville, Bruce, Rooney, Rio, Schmeichel. Yeah, legends. Yeah, he's still a president. Jumba. You see Jumba played yesterday. He played in that charity match. Jumba played in a charity match. Guys, we're not even on 200 likes yet. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? Big up Tom, by the way. Come back, Tom, if you can. But what are you guys doing?
183. Come on, we can do better. 200. 247 people watching at the moment. Some of you are, what do you call it? 007 agents.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. His son plays for the US, yeah. Yeah, he does, yeah. George Weah's son, yeah. I think his mum might be from the US. But yeah,
Nordin, what's the best African team you've seen in the World Cup?
Cameroon 1990.
Yeah, same for me.
They got cheated by England.
Roger Milla, 41 years old or something. I think it was 41 or 40 years old. Came on as a sub. Brilliant. I think he scored 5 goals for Cameroon. And they won against Argentina in the opening game of the tournament. Holding champion.
Listen, David Mane, that was towards the end of his career. Oh, Weah's son ain't that good. Okay, I thought you were saying Weah wasn't that good. Yeah, Weah's son. Okay, fair enough. 12:30 on Saturday at St. Mary. Oh, the Saints. Jarvis is having a laugh. Jarvis, Peter is having a laugh. Alien Tunnel. Listen, do you think United are going to win that game?
Oh,
Jarvis.
Yeah, I think we will win it. I'm quite sure that we will win it because I don't think Southampton is at their best at the moment.
Beaten. I think they've lost all 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or they've drawn 1.
Yeah. I think Ten Hag will be in big trouble if we lose. So yeah, it's a must-win game.
For me, if we play really good and the man of the match is the Southampton goalkeeper, I'll come in here and defend Ten Hag. Show me something, Jarvis. For me, it's not about the results. I've seen it all. I've seen United win the lot. I'm not asked about winning big. I'm not asked about winning every game with a boring style of play. I'm asked about winning with a style and playing good football. That's what I'm asked about. People, we're not even there yet. Are we doing a countdown? Come on, people. You slow coaches. Come on. We're not even on 200 likes yet. Shame on you. If we don't, and they don't suck Ten Hag, I'm going to be asking a very serious question of Ineos. Well, you know me. Realistically, we should be better than Southampton. But on the other hand, I can't remember the last time we battered a team. Yeah, it's been a time.
We won 9-0 against Southampton under Ole. Remember?
On the Ole during lockdown. They had a kid sent off. I think they had a kid sent off.
Two.
Yeah, one of them got sent off after 5 minutes. Well, about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they had another person sent off, which was harsh, I thought. It was really harsh. Yeah, we're 8 short, people. 8 short. 8 short. Come on, people. Let's like the video. And big up to Jarvis's son, 7 years old. Caught his first fish today. First time he went fishing. What an absolute star. You got a star in the making there, Jarvis.
I got a star in the making. Trout. 500 grams, half a kilo. So he's very happy. Yeah.
Fish.
I had to help him in the last just to get it on shore. So yeah, but he was celebrating. Yeah, that was great.
My name is one of the most diverse spellings of all. One of the most, in terms of like different ways to ever spell a name. I think my name is one of the top ones up here. I swear to you. You're not too far on this one. Big up to you though. Yeah, it depends what country you're in. It depends what continent you're in. How you spell my name. Depends on what language.
Hmm.
Yeah. It really depends. No other name has that, people. Seriously. The French spell my name different. The Spanish spell my name different. The Portuguese spell my name different. And people with my name are in all these countries in Europe. The people in North Africa spell my name different. People in East Africa spell my name different. The people in Asia spell my name different. People in Turkey spell my name different. My name, the people in Indonesia spell my name different. There's so many Nuruddins all over the world, people. Big up Hector. Close, but no cigar. Nuruddin, look. Nuruddin is a common name in Indonesia. I'm big everywhere, people. I've told you all. I'm big everywhere. I'm big in Indonesia, big in Turkey, big in North Africa, big in France, big in Spain. Big up. I'm big everywhere, mate. I'm in Brazil. He's called Nuruddin. Big up Nick Nash.
Big up.
Yeah, it's spelled similar like that, yeah. Big up. I thought your name was Mr. Structure. Well, it is. I've got many names, bro. Many names. Nuruddin is big down under. There you go. I'm big everywhere, mate. Big in Japan, Sonuri.
Sonura.
Not even 200 likes yet. We're 3 short, people. We're 3 short. Come on, people. Let's do it.
We are there.
Oh, man. You guys
200.
brought me up.
Yeah. 198. Two more.
What is Tom calls him Dino? Yeah. A lot of people call me Dino as well. Like I said to you, I've got so many different names. It's unbelievable, mate. The different things. My name is Dinoski, Dino, Nora, Nuri, Nordine, Nuadine, Mr. Structure. There you go. You should know me as Mr. Structure. That's his name, mate. That's my name, mate. Sensing already. Big up Adnan. Yeah, big up Adnan. That song is big in Japan, mate. Yeah.
Big in Japan.
Wax lyrically, yeah, man. How about Nuruddin go? Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, people. Nuruddin is an OG great channel. He sees through all the smoke mirrors, knows exactly what the job is. Do not settle for the franchise football, people. We don't. You know this. Big up crypto. You know this, big king. We know this. Nuruddin, where do you think we'll be by Christmas? Well, if we're around 6, 7 and we're playing good football, then I'll be happy. I'm not asked about finishing the top 4 drivers. Are you?
Yeah, but what were your expectations before the season started?
My expectation.
Did you do a prediction?
Well, to be fair, my expectation is not an educated expectation. I said Manchester United would at least make it to top 4 or fight for top 4, right? And I said if they play really good football, they can challenge for 3, top 3. At this moment in time, Jarvis, 3 games gone and we're 14.
Oh, that's 3 games in.
Yeah, it's only 3 games. Let's not get carried away. It's only
I just want to say for everybody, I think I'm defending Ten Hag and stuff like that. Actually, I'm just want to give it a little bit more time. I want to see more. I need to see more
Jarvis,
before I can make a judgment.
I don't think you just put in a counter-objective argument. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I'm trying to, because I remember, for example, during Solskjaer's time, Ole's time, many of the Ole outers mocked him as a PA teacher using the McFred double pivot. Everybody was screaming out, no great team plays with a double pivot. You remember that? Everybody was mocking Ole under that. And now suddenly everybody's screaming for the double pivot. Why?
Jarvis, no, Jarvis, I want
narratives.
3. Jarvis, I want 3 midfielders. I want to play 4-3-3. We have the players to play 4-3-3. I never wanted 2. When everybody was talking about Ole, I was like, we should play 3 in midfield, not just 2. That's what I was asking.
But all the top clubs played with a single defensive midfielder under Ole. And everybody was screaming, why McFred? Why the double pivot?
But honestly, if you look back on me talking about it, Jarvis, I wanted 3 in midfield. I did not want 1.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want 1. I wanted 3. But people, big up to every one of you. Love and like. I've come straight from a rave to come here. We're getting that consistent streams. We're doing it. So please let the people know about the community. The channel's still shadow banned, trust me. Because people don't see the notification, Jarvis. They don't know when we're live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We see sometimes they even limit like the amount of people that watch the channel. Big up. One of the brothers is complaining about the ads tonight. Too many ads on the video. I'm not lying to you. I don't try to get money from ads. I just let it play, honestly. But it is what it is. Big up to all of you guys. I respect you all. Love and like. And please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But before we go, big up Jarvis. Jarvis Bowley, 77 on Twitter. Jarvis Corner, Monday nights.
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Him and Stuart breaking it down. We're going to be looking over.
Tom and Stu will break it down. We will break it down. And there's always a spot on the panel if you want to jump on, Nora.
Definitely. Big up to you. Love and like, people. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Big up Jarvis. Big up Tom Journalist 1 at Tom Journalist 1 on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to him. You follow him. Also, we'll be back tomorrow. If I do it, it might be. We'll do a show tomorrow or Tuesday, I think. We'll see. We will see. Probably it'll be Tuesday or tomorrow. If anything breaking news, we'll be reacting to it anyway. But love and like, people. Actually, I might do a call-in show tomorrow. We'll see. Might do a call-in show. So big up to everybody. And big up to all of you lot. Free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan, free Ogaden, free Tigray, free anywhere where people are oppressed in this world. Stand up for the human rights of everybody. And not just the some. Big up to you. Oppose Zionism, oppose fascism, oppose racism. Look after yourselves. Win, lose or draw. Ineos, you're on dodgy ground. Jim the Rat, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Glazers out. Glazers out every day. Free Palestine. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, 24/7, 7 days a week. Every second of the day. Free the people. Free the land. Peace. Big up Andrew. Love and light, people. Jarvis, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll be back. Maybe we might do a show. Saeed's in New York. Big up Saeed, enjoying his time in New York. The vlogs are funny. Saeed trying some mad food. Go and check that out, people. Big up Rants as well. Always coming and raiding in the chat. Big up Vass as well. Go and check their channels out. Love and light, people. Take care. Free Palestine. Free the people. Free the land. Palestine is our demand.